Just this morning, August 25th, 2021, Top Dog has announced that they have a new signee by the name of Ray Vaughn. He was actually originally signed back in 2020, but they just made this announcement. And along with this announcement, they bring his Peer Pressure EP, which is 3 tracks, all of which are pretty solid. But the first one that we're going to touch on is Not Allowed. I mean, seeing as he's the newest signee, and I think he's solid, it's only right we go bar for bar and break down these lyrics. If you're new to this channel, these breakdowns are where I go through and basically give my interpretation of the artist's lyrics. My interpretations are not always correct, so let me know in the comments below if I've missed something or misinterpreted something, because that's totally possible, and that helps everyone learn a little bit more. And with this song in particular, I had to transcribe the lyrics myself, so if I misheard something, let me know as well. So it starts off.
All that sucker shit is not allowed. Niggas talking loud, but I can't hear him through the crowd. If it's precipitation, I'm gonna send him to the clouds. Why the fuck you talking about then? What this is now?
So basically, starting off pretty straightforward. All that sucker shit is not allowed. Sucker shit being literally anything that's just makes you look like a sucker, or any bullshit, any nonsense. I mean, it does vary from person to person, but I think a lot of people understand what sucker shit is. And dude's talking loud, but I can't hear him through the crowd. Kind of how maybe he's talking about other rappers, like they're just very loud and boisterous, but they're not getting any more attention than everyone else. Like they're not any different than anyone else in the crowd. Like you can be loud, but when there's a bunch of other people also not necessarily making more noise than you, but there's a lot of people collectively making a lot of noise, I mean, it's not really, like, you're not going to stand out as easily. You have to do something to stand out. If it's precipitation, I'm going to send him to the clouds. Don't know why he said precipitation, because, I mean, precipitation, send him to the clouds, that's like chance of rain and stuff. And then why are you talking about that when this is now? I mean, why are you bringing up bullshit? Why are you living in the past? Like, not even necessarily about people talking to him about his past, but people reliving the glory days and just kind of stuck in that mindset. They're like, yo, like, that was then. Like, focus on what's happening now. Like, things have changed.
I'm a top dog nigga. I don't listen to meows. This a comic book pistol. When I hit you, it say pow. From the city by the sea, LB, not a pound. From a block full of babies, make them see the ultrasound.
He is a top dog. He is assigned to top dog now. He doesn't listen to meows. He doesn't listen to the other cats, the other people. This is a comic book pistol. When I hit you, it say pow. I just thought that was funny. Like, you know, in comics, like, they have all those, like, exclamations or sound effects. So it says pow. Also kind of like how the Joker's gun just says pow on it, but it doesn't actually have bullets half the time. He's from Long Beach, so by the sea, and LB, not pound, because LB is also the abbreviation for pounds. And then he's from a block full of babies, make him see the ultrasound. His block, I guess, is full of youngins, and he's trying to give them attention.
I get collect cars, press 5 on them. When it come to bitches, I got 5 of them. Had to stop being broke cause you could die from it. Shit, my pop's name Ricky, he gon' die running.
Collect calls when you call from a payphone or from jail, or really anywhere where that you aren't paying for the call. The other person has to accept the charges, so they hit 5. So he did collect calls, and the other people had to, he accepted collect calls, sorry. So he pressed 5 on him. He had to stop being broke because you could die from it. Yeah, I mean, literally you could be, because if you need to get medical attention, you can't afford it. But also because, like, you know, when you need to make money, sometimes you do things that are dangerous. And then his pop's name is Ricky, gonna die running, like the Run Ricky Run documentary.
Never play it safe, bitch, I'ma slide something. First and foremost with my new bitch, I've been thigh rubbing, having sex in my Rolex, cause my time coming. I go incognito before I let a bitch hide something.
He never plays it safe, I'ma slide something. So kind of like in baseball, or well, in baseball, when you get to a base, if you're gonna slide in, safe. I kind of thought or took it as him also stealing bases. Foster Farms with my new bitch. I've been thigh rubbing. Foster Farms is a very large producer of chicken products. Yeah, but he uses that to say he been thigh rubbing. Thigh rubbing, I mean, when you rub it on someone's thigh, obviously, but also when you're, preparing meats, you can dry rub them, like seasoning and stuff. So that's that. And then he's having sex in his Rolex because it's time coming. Sexual innuendos are they're great. And then he goes incognito before he lets a bitch hide something. So most people go on incognito to hide their search history for one reason or another. So he's using that. I mean, also going incognito is just kind of like moving in silence, just being sneaky, not being noticed. So he's like, nah, I'm gonna go incognito before you do.
To a freak hole, being blunt like a pre-roll. I'm the neighborhood hero. It's funny how I got all this driving. Back in the day, I got repo. Help, I got niggas zero. Not do it big like FIFO.
He's a walking cheat code. He turns a nun into a freak hoe. So he has these abilities, and it makes women who wouldn't otherwise want to be, I guess, freaky. So he has a way of convincing people. He is a walking cheat code. He's been blunt like a pre-roll. I mean, he's just saying it like it is. He's not even trying to sugarcoat anything. It's funny how he got all his drive in back in the day. He got repoed. He's got all this drive to do things and make moves. And then he's calling back to back in the day where he got all his stuff repossessed. So maybe it's that the being repoed made him get all this drive in. He's saying, hope, I got zero. Or at least back then, he had zero with, like, when he was getting repoed. But now he does it big, like FIFO. What I took from that is FIFO, like, Fee-Fi-Fo from, like, the giant from Jack and the Beanstalk. So he's doing it big like a giant.
Tell my bitch I cheat too. Good sex had me in relationships that I ain't agree to. Nigga, I'm toxic as ever. Wish I had a girlfriend cause I ain't get a PS5.
Sure, yeah. Tell his person he's with that he cheats too. I guess she is also a cheater. And then good sex had him in relationships he agreed to, and he's toxic as ever. That is, I guess, a toxic trait. He's like, nah, I don't want to leave. This sex is good. And then he wishes he had a girlfriend, like, not just women that he sleeps with, but like a legitimate girlfriend, just so he could get a PS5. That's kind of the whole, I guess, it's not really relevant as much now, but back when the PS5 was coming out, and there was all these memes about dudes doing things for their girlfriend so that she would buy them a PS5.
Yeah, I'm rich in spirit, ain't no way I'm gonna die broke. I just bought a crib in the neighborhood with the white folks. That's your venture, has been $1,500 on my coat.
Death in us left and right. Please protect me and mine. People around him are dying left and right. So he's like, please protect all of us. He's rich in spirit, there's no way he's gonna die broke. So, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. And he just bought a crib in the neighborhood with the white folks. That's always funny. He's basically just saying, like, he's moved up out of the neighborhood and now he's in a nicer area. He spent $1,500 on a Da Vinci coat. Givenchy? I don't remember how to pronounce it. I would never be able to afford it anyway.
Ain't got enough money to argue, I don't fight, bro. Real come from the heart and not your pockets. I didn't make friends with the monsters in my closet. Fuck a t-shirt, turn you to a trending topic.
So he's saying, ain't got enough money to argue. I think he's talking to the people that are trying to argue with him. And he's like, no, I don't even fight you, bro. I don't want to fight you. And real comes from the heart, not from your pockets. People think that showing others love is like giving them money and giving them things. But no, it's really just comes from you as a person. Like, especially when you are in a position where you have more money, like people from back in the day might be like, hey, where's mines? It's like, nah, bro, I still got love for you, but I'm not going to just give you money. Like, how does that, I mean, that doesn't necessarily help you. I'd have made friends with the monsters in my closet. That's funny. So he's basically one of the monsters now. And then fuck a t-shirt, turn you into a trending topic. So, I mean, it's still a thing. I was going to say back in the day, but, you know, when people pass away, their family makes t-shirts of them in remembrance of their life. But he's like, nah, we're just going to make you a trending topic instead. That could be either the person that he kills is going to get turned into a trending topic, which makes it seem like this person is going to be a bit more important. Or if someone that he knows has passed away or gotten killed, like instead of making a t-shirt, he's going to have their name trending. Like that's how he's going to show love to them.
Check my people, cause the devil always knocking. Ay, in the jungle, gotta learn to walk with apes. All heroes don't walk with capes. His head start, we was taught to rape.
The devil's always knocking. I thought that was fun because like they had the knocking sound effect in there. But yeah, you know, the devil's always around. Just gotta be on the lookout. In the jungle, gotta learn to walk with apes. So apes are typically the things that are more, I guess, powerful, you could say. Like they're always seen as powerful. So it's like when you're in the jungle, you gotta learn to walk with them. Like, you know, kind of blend in, not necessarily blend in or conform, but like observe their moves and try to be more like them because they're clearly doing something right.
Get a headshot, throw his thoughts away. Juicy nigga when we concentrate. Mama cry when she saw his face. The truth is only one call away.
Get a headshot, throw his thoughts away. So when you shoot someone in the head, their brains may come out, so their thoughts are blown away or thrown away. Juice to do when we concentrate. I mean, like, you know, when you're juicing something, you're concentrating the fruit into the juice and, you know, concentrate. But it's also kind of a play on like, we're going to kill you when we concentrate and focus. And Mama cried when he saw his face, which just calls back to those previous two lines. Like, your brains is on the floor and on the wall and just everywhere. So clearly, your mama's gonna cry.
None of us celebrating Father's Day, we gon' pop a nigga. I done pulled up in the Ghost Phantom of the Opera, nigga. Burglary felonies on my own, I ain't never flock with niggas. Yeah, I skated even though the ice broke.
None of us celebrating Father's Day, what we gonna pop? You know, that's, I guess, people in his neighborhood don't have fathers around. Not that they just left, but, you know, for one reason or another, they're not there. But they're still going pop dudes. So just kind of play on father and pop, because pop is another name for a dad or a father. And then he pulled up in a ghost Rolls Royce, Phantom of the Opera. Phantom is another, I guess, term for like a spirit or a ghost. And he did burglary felonies on his own, and he never flocks with other dudes. So he does these things just on his own. He doesn't need other people around him. And he skated even though the ice broke. Even though like everything's kind of falling apart around him, he's still keeping it pushing.
Walking on the tightrope. Ain't no way that I'ma die, bro. Yeah, I'm rich in spirit, ain't no way I'm gonna die, bro.
He's walking on a tightrope. I mean, that's always hard to do. It's, yeah. And there's no way that he's gonna die, bro. Because he's, well, confident in himself, but also, I guess, God's with him. And then just repeating I'm rich in spirit, no way I'm going to die broke. That's the song. It's pretty short. It was like 2 minutes long. It's a lot faster than I expected it to be. I liked it. I enjoyed the song. I think a lot of people are going to be a bit conflicted with this because when you think of TDE, you think of, I guess, more artsy sort of sounds. Like if that's a very, I guess, I don't know. That's kind of how I would imagine people think of it. Because if you listen to like Kendrick, you listen to Absol, like those are the people that people tend to gravitate towards when they think of TDE. Same with SZA. But you have to remember that that's not everyone on the label. I mean, I guess even Reason he kind of walks the line. But think about it, Top Dog started with J-Rock, and J-Rock is one of the rougher voices in TDE. And honestly, Ray Vaughn fits in very well with that sort of sound. So I think he fits well. I will say that he's not for everyone and not for all fans of TDE. But, this is a good sound in my opinion. This is very promising. I feel like I have heard him in the past, but I just can't recall any particular songs. Just because that name sounds very familiar. But I liked it. The rest of the EP does sound kind of similar in terms of like production. So this kind of gives you a good idea of whether or not you like it. But I'd say still check it out. It's only seven minutes. It's 3 tracks. So you got 7 minutes. I mean, you watched this video, so you got 7 minutes. But yeah, I think he's a good addition. I am looking forward to what comes next because he reminds me a lot of Reason when he came out, because I forgot Reason's original, like his first album on TD, but that one, it was a little bit rougher around the edges. Same with Sylvia Demo, but like their next project was a little bit more refined. I do hope that he doesn't go the Reason route and drop a bunch of singles though, but that's just me. But we'll have to wait and see. There are also rumors of other people signing to TD, but we'll address those when they're made official. That's all I got for this track, though. Let me know in the comments below if I missed something or misinterpreted anything, because like I said, that is entirely possible. Also, like and subscribe if you want to see more breakdowns and content like this. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe out there.